When it comes to anxiety, there are different areas that we work on, and what we're working on shifts over time depending on what our child needs. And I wanted to talk specifically about the child who is able to face their fears and their anxiety but has big behaviors around it. We tend to get focused naturally on those big behaviors. So the first thing I wanted to do is reframe your thoughts about your anxious child who melts down but does the thing anyway. For a minute, I just want you to celebrate the fact that your child is facing their fears. That's fantastic, because remember, dysfunctional anxiety is all about avoidance, and your child is not avoiding. They might be trying to avoid, but they're not avoiding. So maybe you have to really get in there and wrestle with them to get them out of the car and onto the soccer field because they're nervous about practice, but they're getting on the soccer field. Hooray for them. That's great. And I would let them know that. You're really terrified. You got out there anyway. You are a superstar. Now, obviously, we're not crazy about the meltdowns. That's about coping. That's about building coping skills. It's not about eliminating the meltdown so much as offering other ways to cope. When people say take a deep breath, it's not about take a deep breath because I don't want to hear you cry. It can be the crying's not helping. What are some things that might help? You got to get out there. Sometimes they need to cry, and maybe we need to get out of the car and do our own deep breathing to let them have their meltdown before they get out of the car. But mostly for this video, I wanted to say, if you have a child who is struggling in big ways but is doing the thing, you have a child who is successfully facing their anxiety. And now we're working on other ways to cope with the terrible feelings that facing our fears brings up.